Hey, what's up guys, I'm RoberOnocle, and no, you didn't read that wrong. This is a video about Valve's Team Fortress 2, the mid-1900s style team-based first-person shooter. It's what I consider to be one of the best games ever made, and that's pretty rare that I give a multiplayer game that title. The game truly has a gigantic focus on working together to get the job done. And while the game can get rather repetitive at times, the sheer satisfaction you get from winning, or at least fighting as a team, makes it all worth it. So yes, that means TF2 will become a big part of my channel. As big as Zelda? No. But big enough. I hope you're all comfortable with that, because I sure as heck am. Team Fortress 2 offers a great cast of characters to pick from, a selection of 9, each serving a different purpose and playstyle. Love to build machines to assist the team? Roll with the engineer. Want to make sure that everyone is staying alive? Give medic a go. Do you just want to hold down the left click and watch everything die? Heavy's the man for the job. I'm not gonna lie, it took me ages to decide which class I wanted to main. I'm talking like a long time to figure it out, like over 1,000 hours of game time. First, it was Scout, then it was the Engineer, then it was the Soldier, then it was the Demo Man, etc, etc. It didn't help that the rig I was playing on wasn't the best for gaming. Lots of stuttering and such. Long story short, my TF2 life was an utter mess for 4 years, and I even quit on the game at one point. I ended up trading nearly everything away because I felt that I just could not get better at the game, and it was just time to accept it and move on to something else. Although, to be completely honest, my rig likely played a big role in my inability to get good. But, with just the little lingering feeling of regret that I had, I decided to re-download the game and give it a go again. I ended up carefully deciding who I truly wanted to be my main. I looked over each character's strengths and weaknesses until I came to a shocking conclusion. Scout, the class I despised for being both difficult to play as and a nuisance to fight, ended up being my favorite class. And it's not like I kinda like to play as him. I really like to play as Scout. Once you really figure out what his true purpose is, he becomes insanely fun to play as. So now the elephant in the room is finally noted. What exactly is it about the Scout that makes me like him so much? There's 4 general things about the Scout that we must know. He's got a double-barreled shotgun, he can double jump, he moves fast, and he dies fast. That last part should definitely stick out to you. This guy can drop so fast it's almost scary. However, understanding the first 3 facts can allow you to not only not die, but become a useful member of your team. The scattergun is noticeably more powerful than the standard shotgun. But as with double-barrel shotguns in pretty much any video game, its accuracy and medium range is kind of trash. It also has a slightly worse fire rate than the standard shotgun. However, it has a slightly quicker reload to support the fast-paced playstyle. While using it at first can be pretty frustrating, realizing that you can take out other classes rather quickly becomes its greatest selling point. With the scattergun being a force to be reckoned with, you can also use it to simply intimidate enemies if you know you won't be able to kill them. Getting their health low quickly can lower their confidence greatly. Then comes the Scout's more notable attribute, speed. So many new Scouts, me included at one point, underestimate just how useful this is for harassing the enemy team. If used right, you can pretty much be the equivalent of something we really hate in this real world, flies. Zigzagging around enemies usually results in them being distracted or confused by your obnoxiously fast speed. Once you realize that you can do this, abuse it. See an enemy heavy raising up havoc on the battlefield? Find a way to get around him and attempt to flank him. You've now forced him to turn around and deal with you. While you may die, doing this simple tactic can make the difference between your team winning and your team losing. However, what's good a Scout if you only use your speed? The double jump is great for reaching higher places or reaching areas in such ways that would not be possible for other classes to pull off. Sure, the Soldier has rocket jumping and the Demo Man has sticky jumping, but the Soldier's rocket jump process is not as quick as the Scout's double jump process, as well as requiring ammunition from your primary weapon. The demo man's sticky jumping tends to overshoot the landing spot vertically, leaving you vulnerable for a few seconds. Then there is just the obvious factor that double jumping doesn't cost health, but that does make a huge difference too. So as for dying fast, if you can master Scout's great qualities, it really shouldn't be a problem. As of this video being made, I'm currently outnumbering my deaths by roughly 700 kills. Most of my matches of course involving Scout. Throw in the bonus feature that this little guy can capture points and push the card twice as fast, and you have what's basically a semi-old school style character bent on making everybody's day a lot worse. So once you figure out how everything works with Scout, all you have to do now is prioritize. Who's the biggest threat on the battlefield, and is there any way you can get close to them to take them out? If you can't, then you move on to another target. Scout's gameplay allows you to turn the battleground into your own personal playground, and that, my friends, is why I main Scout.